Hey guys, this is the first video I've ever made and I'm on my laptop, so I apologize if the mic quality isn't that great. But I'm making this because in our Facebook group, I notice a lot of the same questions get asked every day, so I'm going to run through some basics of what Bitcoin is, how to buy it, how to transfer it, how to use exchanges, how to buy altcoins, what wallets are and how to use them, and hopefully get some of those questions answered for you. Um, I think it's safe to say that up until recently, most people here haven't heard of Bitcoin or blockchain or cryptocurrencies. Um, they've actually been around for a while. Bitcoin came out around 2012, maybe earlier. I'm not sure. That's just chart when this chart stops. You can see the price of one Bitcoin back then was around $7, 5 bucks. Uh, Obviously, that exponentially went up to. Let's change this chart to the hourly so we can see. 15, it's hanging around the $16,000 range. Just a few days ago, it was up to 20. Um, I fully expect this to skyrocket in 2018. In the short term, it might drop, but in the long term, it's definitely a good coin to hold. I mean, just look at the past. You can tell this isn't the first time we've had this. Might have to scroll back a bit. Yeah, Bitcoin, I mean, it always goes up, always goes down, but ultimately, it always goes up. So, with that being said, how do you buy it? For most people, the gateway is an app called Coinbase. You can get it on your phone or you can go to Coinbase.com. On Coinbase, you have four options: Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, or Litecoin. I'm not going to get into how they're all different from each other. They're all pretty similar, especially Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. Ethereum, that's a whole other topic. It introduces new technology called smart contracts. If you want to learn more about this stuff, I recommend going to YouTube and typing in what is blockchain or what is Ethereum, how do smart contracts work, etc. And you'll learn much more about all that than you will from this video. So Coinbase is cool. You can see we're on the Bitcoin chart. You can see how it's done over the past 24 hours. It's gone up 11%. In the past hour, it's gone up 1%. If you want to look at everything, you can look at its entire history. It doesn't show you the percentage, but I mean, back in 2013, it was at $13, and now look at it. 1 year, it's gone up 1,600%. To get even more dramatic, we can look at Ethereum. In the past year, it's gone up 10,000%, which is crazy. So, for everyone asking, is it too late to buy in? Did I miss the boat? The answer is no. You're actually still early. Bitcoin it's just a baby. It's the first of its kind. It's like when the internet first came out and everybody used AOL and Netscape. That's where we're at in the world of cryptocurrencies. So no, you're not too late. Even in a year, you'll still be early, so don't worry about it. Just buy in, wait for the dips if you want, but in the long run, now's a good time to buy. So, how do you buy? First, you'll need to set up a bank account or add your debit cards or credit cards, whatever, to your Coinbase account. Then you'll go to buy, choose a card. For this example, we'll use my debit card. We're not going to actually buy anything, but I'm just showing you an example. Let's say we want to buy $1,000 of Bitcoin. So, debit and credit purchases are instant, as you can see here. Does charge an insane amount of fees. It's about $40 fee for a $1,000 USD purchase. So you'll get $961.63 of Bitcoin at its current value. You don't have to go this route. You can deposit USD directly into your Coinbase account. If you go to Accounts tab and then USD, you can deposit. You have two options: bank deposit and wire transfer. If you do a bank deposit, that's going to take probably 5 to 7 days, maybe more. I think it goes up to 10 days. Typically, I have to wait 7 for a transfer to go through from my bank to Coinbase. If you do a wire transfer, this says it takes 2 to 3 days to arrive. From my experience, it takes 1 to 2. I've never had to wait 3. Coinbase doesn't charge a fee for this, but I bank with Wells Fargo, and I know for every wire transfer they charge, I believe it's a $30 or $40 fee. So if you do go with the wire transfer method, I recommend doing large amounts and not multiple smaller ones. So let's say, for example, we just bought one Bitcoin. Well, what do you do with it now? Well, you can either hold it, or you can day trade it, or you can use Bitcoin to buy altcoins. If you want to hold it, you can keep it in Coinbase if you want, or you can transfer it to a wallet. We'll get into wallets later. There's no problem with holding it into your Coinbase account. I know plenty of people that do it. It is possible for Coinbase to get hacked. There's something in their terms of use or service somewhere that says that your money's backed up, so it's safe. I don't know how accurate that is, but personally, I don't recommend holding it in here. As you can see, I have nothing in here. But I do a lot of day trading as well, so I'm on exchanges going back and forth. So from here, what most people do is they'll want to move it to an exchange. So let's say, for example, we want to do a little day trading with our Bitcoin, or sell it and use it to buy some Ethereum or Litecoin or Bitcoin Cash, or just play with it. So Coinbase owns an exchange called GDEX. GDEX.com. There's not an app for this. You have to go to GDEX.com. There's a mobile version, but there's not an app. It's the same company, same login. So you'll go to GDEX.com, log in with your same credentials that you use for your Coinbase account. And after you do that, you need to move your money into your GDEX account. So say, for example, remember we bought one Bitcoin. So we'll go to your Bitcoin USD if you're in the US, deposit, click Coinbase account, BTC wallet, and then you'll type in how much you want to deposit. And you'll click deposit funds, and it's an instant transfer. You'll instantly see your balance in here. This will say 1 Bitcoin. So with that, you can sell it, place a sell order. If you want to day trade, you can do that all day long. If you want to hold it, you can hold it in here. You can sell it, and then that'll give you USD, and you can move to another market. You can buy Ethereum, you can buy Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, whatever you want to do, it's yours to play with. Let's change these charts to something smaller so we can see some better candles. So how to read GDEX. So on your left side, you have your order book. These are your sell orders. These are your buy orders. Spread is set down to 1 cent. If we want to increase that, we can. GDEX is running a little slow right now. We can increase it to see these walls. So these are called buy walls. These are called sell walls. You can also see this on the depth chart. Your price chart, this is your candlesticks. You can change that to line chart if you want, but I prefer the candles. It's easier for me to read. The bottom is your volume. Green hollow ones means that was majority of buy orders in that time period. Orange is sell. If you have any open orders, they'll be here. All your filled orders will be in there. And this is real-time trade history. During moments of high activity, GDEX can get really slow, and sometimes the platform can shut down. It's just the system trying to scale with the crazy amount of volume that's coming in. Nothing you can really do about it. So on this left side over here, you have 3 different order types: market, limit, and stop. If you do market orders, that's going to charge you a fee. I haven't sold or purchased anything on GDEX in a while, but as you can see here, like this one was a market order. This one was a market order. Those cost fees. It doesn't tell you how much the fee is going to be, but there will be fees if you do market orders, I promise you. If you do limit orders, the way this works, so let's say, for example, we want to sell 1 Bitcoin at, you can also click the chart to pre-fill input. So you'll click the input field and click there. So you want to sell 1 Bitcoin at this price. And that would initiate a limit sell order, which is not a fee. You can do the same for a buy. If you want to do stop orders, what this means is you want to sell your 1 Bitcoin if the price, oh, sorry, let's go to sell. You want to sell 1 Bitcoin if the price of Bitcoin reaches, let's just even this out. $15,000. So this says, if Bitcoin drops down to $15,000, then sell my one Bitcoin. And to make it even more advanced, you can set a limit price, which would, just like a limit order, incur no fee. So you can, same thing, 15,000. So in text form, what this means is if Bitcoin drops, hits $15,000 USD in value, then sell my one Bitcoin for $15,000. And you can do the same for buys if it goes up. You can buy, or you can trigger a buy order if the price of Bitcoin goes up, hits a certain value, you can buy it at that price. So that's your basic exchange. Again, this is owned by Coinbase, it's safe to use. It does see a lot of volume, and it can get crazy, it can get laggy. That's just scalability issues. There's no way around that. Coinbase is seeing a huge amount of volume increase. It's technologically wise, it's really difficult to scale a platform with the type of volume that Coinbase has seen over the past few months. That's why it has so many issues, but in 2018 it will improve, I promise. So a lot of people have issues with Coinbase. They don't like it, it's too slow, and they ask for alternatives. Alternatives that allow you to deposit USD, I don't honestly know of many. There's one that I know of. It's called Gemini. It's owned by, I believe it's owned by the Winklevoss twins. It is based in New York, though it's only available in, I think, 27 states. I'm in Arizona. Unfortunately, as it says here, it's not operational in your area. I don't know the states. You'll have to look it up, but maybe it can work for you. It's pretty much the same thing as Coinbase. Except they don't, I guess they don't have Litecoin. So if you want to try out Gemini, go ahead. If you have experience with Gemini, feel free to comment. I don't know much about it because I can't use it. So let's say, all right, let's go back to GDAX. All right, so most people, they've heard about Ripple or IOTA or Icon or Dash or some other altcoin that they want to invest in, but they don't know how. It's easy to buy Bitcoin, but how do you get your Bitcoin, or how do you turn your Bitcoin into altcoins? So to do that, you'll need to move your Bitcoin from Coinbase or GDAX to an exchange. So here's a tip. If you, let's see, figure out how to do this. I've never even, I guess you go to accounts, and if you had, if I had Bitcoin, you'd click send, but I can't because I don't have any Bitcoin. But if you send Bitcoin from Coinbase, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they charge a fee. What is easier is to deposit it into GDAX. So again, you go to your Bitcoin, click deposit, Coinbase account, BTC wallet, deposit your Bitcoin, and it's instantly in there, and then you'll withdraw to a Bitcoin address, and you can, GDAX allows you to send Bitcoin or any of their other cryptocurrencies for free to any address. A lot of people will, well, these days the Bitcoin network is so congested, the transfer fees are very expensive and the transfers themselves are slow. It's not GDAX's fault, it's not Coinbase's fault, it's just the blockchain network that Bitcoin operates on. It's like trying to shove 1,000 people through a small door at once. It's just going to take a lot of time. Bitcoin Cash, it will be faster, it will be cheaper. That's because what Bitcoin Cash is a fork of Bitcoin, just with some enhancements to its code to make it more convenient. Same with Litecoin. Pretty much the same with Ethereum. Ethereum is a special case, but I'm not going to get into that. Personally, what I do, if I want to transfer to an exchange or somewhere else, I'll sell everything that I want to move. I'll sell it into Litecoin and then transfer the Litecoin over because it's usually much faster. So, all right, so let's say we want to invest in an altcoin. How do we know which altcoin to invest in? It's hard to tell. There's 1,370 of them as of now. This is coinmarketcap.com, where you can see all of them, their volume, circulating supply, their current price, their action over a time period. No one can tell you what the best coin is to invest in. I mean, look at this chart from a year ago. Bitcoin was at 400 bucks. Ripple was at not even 1 cent. Litecoin 350, Ethereum not even $1, Dash 325, Doge is number 6, which is ridiculous, and a lot of these are just obsolete by now. And this was just a year ago. So now if we look at it now, Ripple's up to $1. So in 1 year, Ripple went from not even 1 cent all the way up to $1. Bitcoin's at 16K from 400, so on and so forth. And now you've got Bitcoin Cash, Cardano, IOTA, Monero, tons of them. But so let's say you want to invest in IOTA, which is IOTA is actually a popular one that pops up on our Facebook page. So first, we need to see which exchanges IOTA is on. So you'll click IOTA, wait for it all to load, and you'll click Markets, and here we can see which exchanges it's on. Most of the volume is on Bitfinex. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but if I recall correctly, Bitfinex is no longer accepting US customers. I personally use Binance, so for this example, we are going to use Binance. So what you would do is you would register on Binance. Let's wait for it to load. Hopefully Binance isn't down. So you'll register on Binance once it loads. And then, sorry, it's taking a while. We might move to Bittrex for this example. Actually, yeah, we'll just do that. Let's find a coin that's on Bittrex. Where's ADA? Yeah, Cardano. All right, so let's rewind a bit here. So we're in Cardano, ADA, Bittrex. Number one, 60% of volume is coming from Bittrex. So you register on Bittrex. I registered on Bittrex a long time ago, maybe back in September. I've heard from a lot of people that it's taking a long time to get verified, so Bittrex might not be a good option for you. But all exchanges work the same. So for the sake of this video, since Binance isn't loading, yeah, for the sake of this video, we'll use Bittrex. So we'll go to, I believe, wallets, and then, yeah, we'll want to type in ADA, which is Cardano. Click plus for the, sorry about this, guys, my internet's going slow. And then it'll load an address, maybe. There we go, finally. All right, so for every currency, for every cryptocurrency, you'll have your own wallet, I guess, so to speak. You can never deposit Bitcoin into an address associated with a Ripple wallet. You can never deposit Dash into an address associated with a Stellar Lumens wallet, for example. Bitcoin always has to go to Bitcoin, XRP always has to go to XRP. Let's go back to the live version of this. So, So we have our ADA address. Actually, I'm sorry. We need to deposit Bitcoin. So again, it'll give us a Bitcoin address. So you'll take this address, copy it, go back to GDEX, withdraw, go to BTC address, put in your 1 Bitcoin that we supposedly bought, put in the destination, your two-factor, you'll get your two-factor code when you sign up. It's an app on your phone for the Google Authenticator. It says it right here. Or you can get the code sent to your phone via text message. Type in that code, send, then it'll send, and then you can go to your what is it, accounts, BTC account, transfer, it'll give you a transfer ID. Actually, you gotta click the transfers tab. It'll give you a transaction hash, and you can use that hash on the Blockchain Explorer to see the activity of it. Also, if you transfer from GDEX, it will also show up in your recent activity tab, and you'll have a transaction link here. You can click it. This one's Litecoin, so, but it's just an example. Once that loads, we'll just wait for that to load. I guess Binance, is it working? Yeah, once that loads, we'll be able to see the activity for the transaction that we sent. So, all right, got our Bitcoin sent to Bittrex, and then we'll go to the main Bittrex page, look at all the markets. Bittrex usually loads pretty slowly. And then we want to find ADA, because that's what we wanted to buy. So we'll go to the Bitcoin ADA market. I'm just going to close Binance because it's not loading. So here we are on the Bittrex BTC ADA market. Here, just like on GDEX, you can set up your orders. You have different order types. Conditional, which is your same as stop. Your stop loss orders, stop buy orders on GDEX. Here's your order book. It's the same as GDEX, it's just horizontal. Open orders, market history, etc. Pretty easy to buy. So if we had some Bitcoin, we have 0 BTC available. If we had some, you can just set max. It says not a number because we don't have any, but it would fill out however many 1 Bitcoin equals ADA is, which is a ton. I don't know, it's thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of ADA. And now you have ADA. If you want to buy other ones, same thing. Just pick your coin, you can buy it. Right now, everything, well, most things are in red. Usually when Bitcoin goes up, the alts go down. That's why most of the popular ones are red right now. Other exchanges, man, there's so many. You can go to this website, cryptocompare.com, click exchanges, and then click overview, and it shows you every exchange that exists. Currently, there's 74 listed here. You can go to popular. Most popular one is Coinbase, and Gemini, Bitstamp, Bitfinex. Yeah. Poloniex, I have never used that one. It only has 2 stars, so I'm assuming it's not that great. So that's how you use your basic exchange. So what next? Let's try Binance one more time just so we can see if it loads. There we go. All right, now we can talk about Binance for those of you who prefer Binance. So, same thing with Binance. I find it easier to use. It's much easier to sign up. There was no wait time for me. It has, I'm a much better UI and UX. You will notice that on some exchanges like Binance and Bittrex, there are coins that aren't listed. For example, I don't think Vertcoin, Verge or Vertcoin isn't on Binance, but it is on Bittrex. That's a pretty popular one, but I think Binance is a little easier to read. So we're on the ICX BTC. Just like on GDEX, we have our candlesticks. Your buy and sell orders over here. You can switch your markets over here to the right and sort by volume or change percentage, trade history, and just like GDEX, you have your limit, market, and stop limit orders. Very simple to use. Okay, so after most people buy their altcoins, they always ask, should they keep them on the exchange or should they move it to a wallet or what are wallets? So I'll go through that now. There's lots of different types of wallets. You have hardware wallets like the Ledger Nano S or the Trezor. You have paper wallets, which is literally just a sheet of paper. You have desktop wallets, which are, it could be a software or app. So I'll go through all of those now. Let's say for this first example, we want to move it to a hardware wallet. I have the Ledger Nano S open. Looks like a USB stick. That's all it is really, with a little interface on it. You can transfer your coins there. It comes with a UI, I think. I don't own one of these particularly. Yeah, it comes with a UI so you can see all your balances and stuff. It's safe. It's offline. Can't be hacked. It's a good product. Paper wallets. You can go to, for example, if you want to put your Ethereum, if you have a ton of Ethereum and you want to keep it safe on a sheet of paper where no one can ever get to it, you can go to myetherwallet.com and then you'll have to make a new wallet. So we'll just type in a new password. I'll type in pancakes. Create a new wallet. Oh, and I will type in pancakes123. You have to download this file and save it. Click understand. This is your private key. You want to save this. Never give this to anyone unless you're gifting this to someone. And you can print it. When you print it, it will look like this. As your address. This is the address that you would, I can't copy it. Well, it's kind of hard to copy, but this is the address you would go to, for example, on GDEX and Ethereum. You would put that address in right here. And if you had, say, 20 Ethereum, put that address in here, this sheet of paper would now be worth 20 Ethereum. So let's say, for example, you get one of these sheets of paper and you want to send the money or something. So how do you do that? Easy. You go to myetherwallet.com, send Ether. You'll need your private key that you saved earlier. You'll paste it in here, unlock it, and here you'll see your balance, which we haven't added anything to it. So there's 0 Ethereum, but here you can send your Ethereum to an exchange or another person or another wallet. It will show your values. I believe there's paper wallets for Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ripple. There may be more, I'm not too sure. There's some other ways to buy cryptos. A popular one is Shape. Actually, we're not going to get into that. Let's finish wallets first. So here's paper wallets. We went over hardware wallets. Let's get into desktop wallets. So there's a lot to choose from. Lots of coins like ADA. ADA has its own wallet. IOTA has its own wallet. There's too many to list. I'll show you two, for example. Daedalus is Cardano's wallet. It's pretty cool. It's a nice UI. You can add multiple wallets. You can even create a wallet that you can share with multiple people. These are pretty safe. You'll have to restore, like, for example, if you were on a new computer, if your house burned down or something, you could restore from backup, and your backup is a 20, I believe it's a 21 word phrase. I don't remember how ADA does it. I guess we can create a new one to see. We have to wait. Oh, okay, so it's a 12-word phrase, and you'll see what that looks like. So this 12-word phrase is what you would use to unlock it if you were to ever lose your laptop or lose access to your Daedalus wallet. That's your 12-word phrase, and then you'll have to, for this wallet in particular, they don't all work the same. You'll have to click yes, and then you'll have to type them all in to verify that you actually wrote them down. It's a good wallet, but it's only for ADA. You can send Bitcoin or anything else to here. Another popular one that holds lots of coins is called Exodus, which is pretty cool. It has a nice UI. It holds tons of different coins that you can see, and there's a lot more on its roadmap. So here's your portfolio. It would show a nice pie chart if I actually had something in here. You can go to your wallet and you can go through all your coins to see all your transaction history, which I don't use Exodus that much, as you can see. They also have an in-app exchange. So you can exchange, let's say, yeah, Bitcoin for Dash, if we had something in here. And that would be instant. It uses Shapeshift for its exchanges, which I will show you now. Oh, Shapeshift.io. So yeah, here you can see it's the same thing. It's which asset to trade. So you'll want to trade Bitcoin for moving a little slow. There we go. Bitcoin for, there's a lot to choose from. We'll go with Vericoin. And then continue. Let's click your amounts, your addresses, and done. But Shapeshift is what Exodus uses. It's all done through this platform, so once the exchange is done, your balances will be updated here. One downside to Exodus is that they charge a lot of fees, and there's been a lot of reports about coins going missing, so I'd be a little wary about using this wallet. Let's see, what didn't I cover? Yeah, I guess that's about it. Regarding the alts, there's obviously a ton to choose from. Most of them are crap. Most of them are just trying to be get-rich-quick schemes. But there's a lot of good ones, a lot of interesting ones. Just remember, this whole blockchain and cryptocurrency movement is pretty new, but already, even in the past month, there's been a lot of cool apps and software that have come out. For example, you have CryptoKitties, which runs off the Ethereum blockchain, and all it is breeding digital cats that you collect, and you can even sell them for real money, and people sell these things for thousands of dollars worth of Ethereum. Like, for example, this one's selling for 95 Ethereum, and that's a ton of money. I'm not sure what that is, but that's tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars. But they actually sell. Another cool one that's pretty new is Decentraland. It's Mana is its currency name. You can see it's not doing too great right now. But what this is a virtual reality, real life kind of thing. If you've ever heard of the game Second Life, it's like that. You can buy land, you can build a store, you can literally do anything you want in real life, but in this virtual reality world. That's just two examples of apps that have just come out in the past month or two, and there's no telling what new is going to come out in the next year or month or quarter. Okay, so our old Litecoin transaction loaded, so you can see how much a transaction confirmations. Once a Litecoin transaction has 6 confirmations, that means it's 100% confirmed. On Bitcoin, I believe it's actually we can look. I'm not sure how many transactions. Bitcoin, that's not it. Yeah, Bitcoin is 6 as well. Okay. But yeah, this is the block cipher. You can see the block. You can see all the advanced details. It's hash. This is just I don't want to get too deep into how blockchain works. That's a much larger conversation. But that's pretty much it for this video. Just remember that everything's still really new. If you think you missed the boat with buying Bitcoin or anything at all, then you're wrong. You're still early. You will make profits if you invest now. It's still going up. It will continue to go up. I can't say that for all altcoins. I can't recommend it any altcoins. But regarding Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, those are all pretty promising, at least for the long haul. So that's pretty much all I have to say about this video. If anybody has any questions or wants me to clarify on anything, let me know.